Greetings to all. Today I want to present what is customer defection and what are the strategies to prevent defection. Now, before going to that, we have to know what is customer defection. It is when customers take their business to competitors when they feel that their needs or wants are not met, or if they encounter breakdowns in customer service or poor quality of products. So the reality is that many businesses lose a significant number of customer of their customer base every single year, and either don't know who is the customers or why they are leaving or spending less. So these are all the reasons that we have to know why the customer defection happened. So generally we have three regions, that poor service and complacency. In poor services, we know very well if the customer didn't get a proper services, or else if they are not experiencing your services, obviously they will defect, and then we lose that customer. And then if any complaint given by your customer, if you are not resolved in a proper manner or in a proper time, it will be considered as inappropriate complaint registration. That also one of the reason for customer defection. And then the most important thing is unmet needs. And here, if you are unable to satisfy the need of your customer, definitely they will switch to another competitor, or you may lose your customer on permanent basis. In whatever the case, it is treated as the customer defection. So what are the reasons for customer lost? So we have generally the price may be one of the reason, physical factors, such physical factors as a more convenient location are also ranked quite low, as are competitors action and invention. The marketing and competitor activity and relationship with a competitor are about 15 to 20% today, and then it may be required to improve more. And then you will get the physical factors relationship, and you have to compete with your competitor at 80%, so that people will trust you, and then you have a competitive advantage, so that the customer is with you. The competitor products advantages account for further up to 10 to 15%. So you have to concentrate on your customers, and then it may be one of the reason. And another reason is that customer sophistication. Customers not only expect and demand more, they are also more accumulated in saying so. 20 years of dramatic social change have changed the way the most of us select the business we use. So customer sophistication is also a very important aspect. And then you have to reduce the complexity of blurring differences between the brands, product, and the companies. And then you have to make sure that you are in a competition, and then every market has important, and the competition has increased dramatically in the last 10 years. So due to the globalization and advanced manufacturing technology, you have to show the results to your customers in the product quality wise, and the cost also. You have to reduce the cost and then improve your quality. It makes us more impact on customer satisfaction, so that he keeps with you. So the steps to reduce customer defection. So what we follow. So in simple thing, we know identify who are the last customer. So if you identify these are the customers are already they have some database about their purchasings and their sellings from their purchasing, and you have to identify those customers and where they are now. That is very important aspect. If they are switched to your competitor, or still they are searching for a good manufacturer, a good producer or service provider. So that if you have that data, so automatically you can know the reasons for defection. That is the second step, that is study the reasons for the defection, so that we can easily get these customer, you can reduce the customer defection. So once you need to identify the reasons for defection, so that we can improve the customer product, or we can provide a high perceived value. So you can show the clear benefits to your customer. You can show the reliability. So you can responsive and knowledgeable about the product as well as the customer. You can give more guarantee and warranty to those customers. Increase the accessibility. So reduce the time for complaint resolution. So positive experiences you have to offer. So these are all good for your customer retention, and then you can reduce the customer defection also. So if you identify these reasons and if it matches with this, you just provide with your customer. So the next phase is implement changes, improve or give offers. So it is a general one, and then the marketing always acquire these type of offers and everything. And we have in acquisition phase. In that acquisition phase, we have to bring back our customers, and then we have only one goal, that customer retention. So collect as much as information about your customers, and then you understand their purchase condition, offer them post purchase and reassurance, promote the price value relationship, and then you can establish the foundation for long term relationship. And you can know the association cost also, so that we can easily acquire. And in that we have to create more long term and committed loyal customers, develop a service philosophy. You can increase responsiveness to your customers, identify and close service gaps. You can improve the service recovery process. So we can easily maintain all these things, so that we can enter into the next phase, that is maintain good relations with lost as well as the existing customer. So here is that we have to know some questions like show them that think you are of them, tell them what is new. So it is a good way to stay in touch and make more sales. Offer valued customers discounts to improve clients, so that we have good relationship with them. This can take the form of coupons, letters, and other sales promotion activities. And you can compensate your customer for lost time or money for fault products or services, so that it will also having a good relationship with you. For example, if you take a LIC recently announced that if you are due for 6 or 5 months, you can now renewal without any extra fee. That makes them more relation, and it will give them as a loyal customers to LIC. So these type of tactics are the strategies we can play to reduce the customer defection. So, and you have to be very honest. So nothing undermines your credibility than dishonesty. And then accept returns unconditionally. Best example is your Amazon and Flipkart. They can accept the returns without any conditions, so that the people will trust more, and then we can get more orders, so that we can increase the population or the customers of the Flipkart and Amazon. So you have to keep on your promises also. Never make a promise that you cannot deliver. So if you are unable to offer those promises, you don't give it to promises to your customer. Better you give whatever you can deliver. Give feedback or referrals. Give feedback is simply we have arranged the feedback session, or else we can send links to your customers, so it makes very happy them, and then they have given some more inputs which are useful for the next product, or else the good relationship. Make your customers famous, and then you will so if you want to make them as famous regarding your product, then we can for this we can create newsletters, ask your customer permissions to write about their success or their successful experiences with your company, or else their life stories you can publish in your articles. So it makes them more famous, as well as they can show their loyalty towards you, and then they make them to give more referrals, or else the prominent customers. So it will help for your business activities. So last phase is act on all inputs from existing as well as lost customers. You don't think only you focus on the last customer, you also focusing on new customers, because if you want to interact with the lost customer, automatically we can have a good relationship, and they make you good references also. For this you have to keep your customers life. So whether they are your customer or else they are a defective they have already lose your company, and then if they are choosing another company also, you treat them as your customer, and then you keep your customer for life. So select the right customer through market research, and then know your purpose for being in business, move your customers from satisfaction to loyalty, and develop reward programs, customize your products and services, train and empower your employees in excellent customer service, speed up the customer service processes, know what is important for the customer. So these are all very important inputs for the lost customers and the new customers. So in this manner, we can attract the more, and we can give best services to your customers. They feel very happy, and then these those who are retained to your company, they feel very happy, and then they can show the loyalty towards you and your products. That will gives us a big motivation in the market, and then so many customers, they try to come again to your basket. So these are all the opportunities by using these steps and these strategies to reduce your customer defection, and you can acquire new customers also. So next concept is lapsed customers. What is lapsed customer? Yes, lapsed or inactive customer is one who has not made a purchase within that time frame. However, our study shows that at least some of these customers who legitimately fit a retailer's definition of inactive actually consider themselves highly loyal to that same retailer. So in this manner, we have basically three types of lapsed customers. They are inactive or maybe lapsed due to their personal reasons or else the competitive reasons. Whatever it may be, we treat them as the inactive customer, and so there is no sale from these customers. We simply call them as the lapsed customer. So in this, we have three types of lapsed customer. The first one is short-term lapsed customer. These customers are not loyal to just one brand. They shop where they can and get the best deals and products. They might initially buy one of your product, but when it is time to restock, but they are open to going elsewhere before buying from you again. So these people are called short-term lapsed customer. So availability of the product makes us the customer, even though they are loyal to your brand, and they will search for another brands. If it is not available at you, they simply go to another person or another competitor and they buy them. So simply they have searching for the product which are there, it is available. And second one is a long-term lapsed customer. These customers might be loyal, but the nature of your products means customers don't have to buy frequently. For example, if you sell cell phone, it is they are open to buy accessories a little more frequently. For example, they buy items like phone cases and chargers. So these are all come under a long-term lapsed customer. So that is the reason when you purchase a mobile phone, the retailer or else the storekeeper, they will reduce some amount for attracting for the new businesses. So you feel very happy, and then whenever you require another accessories like phone cases or any charger or data cable, you simply go and then buy there. So it shows some loyalty. So it is required for these companies. It may be infrequent, but they are treating them as the long-term customer. So that is the reason every retailer or else every buyer seller, they said that it is only for you. It is only for you. It means that they are expecting long-term relationship. So if you are not frequent and if you are infrequent, so that you will be called as a long-term lapsed customer. You just buy your product and then you never enter again to that store, is called a long-term lapsed customer. And third one is seasonal lapsed customer. Loyal but purchases at a specific interval. So these customers only purchase the products at specific times of the year. For example, if you sell sporting equipment, customers interested in winter sports are only going to buy new gear in the winter. So this is one of the key elements in lapsed customer. By studying these three types of lapsed customer, we should know who are regularly come and then who are infrequent and who are seasonally come. So based on that, we can know who are lapsed or inactive. So if you identify that these people are inactive, and then you may bring back and you can retain those customers with the help of their interest and their needs. Next concept is RFM analysis. In RFM analysis, we have recency, frequency, and monetary value. So, for example, if you take a recency, the number of months since a customer last bought something. So, it is one of the key in RFM analysis. And then we also check the frequency, that is the number of purchases made over the last year by a customer. And third one is monetary value. The average purchase value ranked as low, medium, and high. So here we can consider the monthly wise and yearly wise and the monetary value of the customer also. So based on that, based on their purchase level, we can analyze whether the customer is lapsed or inactive. So if you identify that these customers are inactive and lapsed, then we can try to recover them. How can we recover them? We have recover lapsed customers, and then we have some strategies that we basically have 11 strategies, and we can discuss one by one today. For example, if you take the first one, it is ask about their preferences. So for example, if you take the example shown in Selfridge and Co, this is one of the example that shows you can capture a customer interest when they sign up for your mailing list. So once they sign up in your mailing list, they shows that the preferences and they are interested in buying your product. So people often leave because they feel your brand is no longer relevant to them. So once they feel that it is not relevant, so they don't prefer you. So you send regularly the emails, or you can send the brochures and etc. When the prospective customer, they may sign to your email program. It's important to ask few questions so that you can start your communication to the relevant product. So an email preference center is a simple way to gather this information and make sure your communication stay closely connected to what they want to hear about. So if the communication is connected with the customer preferences, so definitely we can serve the best, so that we can easily recover your customer. Even though if they are inactive, if they are responding to your mail itself, it shows that they still prefer your products. The second one is hold a conversation. So here the people don't want to shout it at they want a two-way conversation. So two-way conversation is always very important, and then make sure the majority of your email marketing is a one-to-one dialogue, which is relevant and unique to the recipient, preferably triggered by the behavior. So manage your email marketing using email automations that can be personalized the customer's latest action to keep the conversation going, like this browser abandonment email from the Dollar Shave Club. It is one of the example for how they hold a conversation. So they don't just structure trust one of our satisfied member. So that is the way the Dollar Shave Club has moved with their customer. Once they lose their customer, again they can recover through these particular email programming, or else they ask and they remind, and then they will form a club, and then they invite their customers to feel free to ask, or feel free to schedule a particular program, or else a particular product. So they offer different types of product, not only shaving, they can offer different types of men beauty and beauty based products. So based on that, they can recover their customers. And third one is the get personal. You don't you don't make it hard to shop with you. Make it easier for people to find what they are looking for. So it was very important. That is only possible through the personalization. For example, if you take the Amazon and the Flipkart, they will give an options that filters. In filters, we can use different types of personalization, and based on that, we can buy or we can get the display of different products. For example, if you search for a boys product or a girls product, we can filter them, boys and the girls. So when you filter, we can easily access the required product. So these type of personalization is required today to attract more customers, and we can easily target those people. For example, if you take Banana Republic, they highlights their best-selling jeans, keeping them top of the mind, and then they can also give an option that shop by size, so that by clicking the size, we can get a display of new and matched jeans, so that we can easily purchase from Banana Republic. The fourth one is a prompt a purchase. So waiting for a customer to purchase can be a dangerous game. So they forget, and they distracted and lapse. So if you notice a decline in open and click through rates, then do everything you can to intensify and convert a lapsed customer into active buyer by reaching out them to tempt them to back. For this, the engagement email from not on the high street offers sleeping subscribers a discount to entice them to shop again. So this is one of the marketing strategy they used, and they retain their customer, and then the customers again subscribe, and they can use this particular offer, and they become active buyers to the high street. So that is the reason they will make sure that they can use different digital platforms, and they can gain again their customers. The fifth one is the lay of the hard sell. You don't think about every customer. If you feel that if they are very hot, and then they cannot buy your product, you just give them as a friendly advice. You can help helpful for giving suggestions, and you can give the contents that relevant to current events, etc., so that it may be they can again can come to your basket. And this email from Handy is a good example of these software selling tactics in action. Every time they send messages to their customers, and very few are respondent, but still they continuing their sending emails to their customers. At least 1% they may come back. It may create good market for those companies. So it is very important, but you have lay off your hard sell. So send timely reminders. So whenever we require the people under their interest, if they are seasonally buy at some particular events or some particular traditional festives, so that you can simply remind them, and then they may interested to buy, because they are already experiencing your products and services, so that again they may be interested to buy from you. So you can easily welcome your customer. And the next one is the reward customer loyalty. So for every purchase, you can give one reward point, or else you can give some rewards to those customers. Obviously they can become the active customer. So for example, those who are regularly shop not only from you, from your competitors, so better you identify those people and give them more rewards, so that they will attract to your rewards, and continually buy from you only. So we have an example of the Cusp. So they are offering the birthday greetings, and they will provide the wishes from the wishes to their customers. So every time they have to remind, and they will provide some reward points, and they have a re-engagementing reward policy or a loyalty program that attracts the more customers for to enter, and they can get benefited. So in this way, the Cusp has given good rewards to their customers and make them as loyal. So automatically these customers are active. So ask for customer feedback. So every time whenever they have a sale or they buy from you, you simply give how about their customer experience, what about their price and etc. So that they will provide some feedback. It will be it may be a negative or positive. You take them as a best stuff, and you can take it from you, and then you analyze it, and then we can create a good review request from the customers, and as well as you can review those, and then based on that we can take good decisions regarding how to attract more customers also. So for this we have a great example of artifact pricing. Always they send emails to their customers, and then they provide the feedback, and then they get it, and then they will create a review request from artifact pricing. So how you can do this in style? So doing it as a alert for, and it make as a good issue, and we can get the more customers again. Create re-engagement campaigns. So what is re-engagement? So once you engage, and they are still they are inactive, better you create a re-engagement campaign. If you have not seen a customer for a long time, then send them a reminder, and then whatever they miss, and then again you have to give a good memories with your brand, and then whatever they purchase, you just ask how it works or functioning. For example, if they buy AC from you, you ask how the AC is working. Also, after 5 years, you can ask how the AC is working, so that they feel very happy. And then if they wish to change their AC, or they will buy another AC, so definitely they consider your company or brand. So it makes us a good re-engagement campaign. And then in this manner also we can expect the work. And for example, if you take the Borden company, and they can have re-engagement emails they send to their customers. These emails, they are very eye-catching GIFs to show customers what they are missing. For example, if you show actually in this particular girl dances. For example, if you take the web, if you go to the Borden website, we can have a good eye-catchy videos or the GIFs which attracts you more, and then we can easily re-engage. Right. Next one is let customers adjust email frequently. Being too keen can be a real turn off. If you bombard people, they will start to ignore you. So don't argue or don't bombard, and then instead let the people adjust the frequency of the emails they receive. So this keeps the customer in control and engaged. For example, if you take the JetBlue, they avoid losing them for good by presenting them with more options than just subscribing completely. This is the best example of the JustBlue. It shows how you can do this playfully without coming too strong. So we simply unsubscribe. If you are not getting the emails, or if you are not getting the SMS, you simply block it. So they have given a number of options: a block for 1 month, block for 1 week, so that we can send frequent messages. And we have an option that we can only get the messages only on Wednesday, so that you will receive the messages on Wednesday. So this is one type of customer retention that allows us to make them more frequently touch with your customer, and then know when to let customers go. So in spite your best efforts, customers just don't return. Always they ask or ask them if they want to unsubscribe. Continuing to send to inactive recipients will get you a reputation, or as a spammer, and email providers such as Gmail and Outlook will eventually block you from the sending to their users. So once they block, you cannot maintain a good relationship, or you cannot send an email. So it's far better to send a last ditch, respectful and humorous farewell that might prompt in response. This email is from Urban Outfitters. Is a fun example of this tactic in action. You can see that particular fun email from the Urban Outfitters. So if you take it a women's, men's apartment sale, so that are you serious breaking up? This sucks. We love you. Can you please stay together forever? Please check. Yes, our love is real. No, it's totally over. Goodbye. So it makes more attentive of the customers, and then we can love those type of emails or messages, and we are interested to show to respond. So among all pool of emails from different companies and different producers or also the service providers, it may be more attractive so that you may give one of the options. So it makes us a really a good to retain their customers. So these are all the important aspects. And thank you. Thank